Hello guys, Bossman. Hi. So, Witherhoard, the #1 used weapon in Trials this weekend, by far, because every other game I played somebody was using it. But I felt like every time they were, I wasn't getting punished, because they were using it in a way they wanted to try to kill me instead of single me out, or control an area or something. They just wanted to kill and try to stick you with one. So, I wanted to talk about how people should be using Witherhoard. Is there anything that they need to change up when they're using Witherhoard? What weapon should I pair with it on my secondary slot? Why I should do that? That's my Discord, by the way. And where does Witherhoard belong in the PvP meta? Okay, so let's start from how people should be using it. People should be using Witherhoard in a way that singles out others or cuts off certain sections of the map, unlike how I'm about to use it. I'm just gonna do that to hopefully get a kill, but it shot too far back. I always want to go for that A play. I did that one time with the Arc Bolts, I think, on Iron Banner, and I got all of them.
I'm nading it.
Oh!
Holy shit. What the fuck was that?
So I would like to go for that mid play. But Witherhoard should be used in a way that singles out other people and cuts them out from their team, or using it to prevent people from running into a certain area that you want to control, as to cut off the map or control a part of the map. That is how Witherhoard should be used. Witherhoard should not be used for a single solo or to try to get kills on people. It should be used instead to get kills. So I would be using the Witherhoard I'd be using the Igneous Hammer in combination with the Witherhoard to get a kill. Now, the main reason I use the Igneous Hammer is because of that right there. 100 damage headshot. Too bad I didn't get it right there. I kind of choked a little bit. That's okay. The reason I use the Igneous Hammer is because of that 100 damage headshot. On the Well Warlock, you have a melee called the Empowered, which when you hit someone, it does 120 damage with fire, and it grants an Empower effect to increase your damage. So, in combination with a 120, it's able to hit 100 damage headshots and 2-tap people. So that is one of the strongest reasons why I like consistent 2-tap, or why I like the Igneous Hammer, because it provides a consistent 2-tap. Now, why would I want to pair that with a Witherhoard? Isn't Witherhoard already slow? Don't you want something faster? Don't you want a 140? Not really, because I want to be able to cut off, or I want to be able to finish off fights from people that I have already damaged, which is exactly what Igneous excels at. Finishing off with high damage on people who are already low. So those guys, I'm going to push them off of that site. I'm still getting some tick damage, or I was, but I missed that thing because that guy's just shotgun aping. My team isn't punishing him. But Igneous Hammer is great at singling off, or Igneous Hammer is great at finishing off people who are already low because of previous engagements. If they're hit for 120 or for 80 if they're hit for 180 or 120 by 40 damage ticks, being able to hit 80 damage headshot on them would easily clean them up. And that's exactly what you want from something like Igneous. You want something that can clean up from what your Witherhoard is able to do. But it's not that good for engagements. I would say there are other better engagement weapons you can combine with the Witherhoard that would guarantee you winning fights, which is things like the Kanta, which is a new one that came out with the Crucible in this new update. You also want things like the Crisis Inverted, also another really solid hand cannon, better for dueling with 140 potential, and maybe other SMGs. I'm pretty sure there's another one from, or Shayura's. What am I talking about? Another one. Shayura's is another perfect example of an SMG that is great for mid-range dueling and can be absolutely amazing at cleaning up from Witherhoard shots. And those are the kind of things you want. You want something that feels well-rounded to you that can clean up on Witherhoard damage. Let me see. Nah. I'm going to section that guy off. So his teammates are not going to be able to run from mid. I'm going to be able to kill him. That guy's going to overextend and get punished. Sadly, his teammates weren't even there, so I cannot example that. And if you're confident with your duels, Igneous Hammer is just a solid dueling gun. Because look at that 80 damage potential. Although I was getting DMT'd and that guy's bagging me. That guy's silly. It's a great dueling gun. You have little fall off, and more than likely you're always going to be hitting 80s unless you're hitting something that seems very unreasonably far out. Like right there. I'm gonna just pop my well here. These guys are being annoying. So.
Zone B captured. That's a power play. You took them.
So
Now
yeah.
hold.
It's just one of those consistent dueling weapons is why I prefer it, and it works better a lot. I mean, it's really good if you're good at dueling and you're confident in being able to win your ones against people, but I like it in a team shooting setting, and that's what I prefer it for, because I'm always ready to team shot with my team. That guy's going to push me and die, and that's what I prefer it with. Let me see if I can get this guy on my left. He's my biggest target. Never mind, he's dead. I'm going to still cut that left part off, and then people are going to be on the right. They're trying to go for heavy. That guy got punished really badly. Wow, I did not see the trip mine coming.
Keep the pressure on.
But take that small fight, for example. Me being able to wither off that left side for nobody being able to push prevented them from completely committing or pushing. And even the fear of me having another Witherhoard kind of left them in this middle ground area where they're not going to be able to push out. But they're still able to get damage and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is to prevent them from fully committing to an area and just pushing onto you to get that extra, momentum on you. That's what you don't want this team to do, and that's what Witherhoard is good at preventing. So I'm gonna see if I can ricochet that. Yep, in the mid. The fuck? Is that not? Oh, it's ours. That is ours. That is not ours. What the fuck? Okay. So being able, my idea right here is if there was somebody on the right or he stayed right there, I'd Witherhoard that off so he wouldn't be able to fight there anymore. This guy's pushing up, so I'm gonna section his wither. I'm gonna wither him off, so he's forced to either push us or run back. I have empowered right now, so let's see if I can get some good 2-taps.
Together as one.
Nope, didn't get any 2-taps, man. That's okay. Let me see if I could run anywhere and show off Witherhoard. There. Get him off the point for a little bit. That's all I need to do. He's going to run back in and get punished and die. But it doesn't matter because B is one of the worst spots to hold in this map, and that's okay. Another good example, just feels consistent. If you're able to get that first shot off, more than likely you will win the fight. Stuck Witherhoard just to finish it off, and that guy just dies with it and collapses. So,
bring me your friends.
in a team setting, if you have people with you, people to communicate, I would recommend the Witherhoard. If you're solo and doing, other things, I'd recommend something just for fragging. Unless you want to have fun and just throw it around, whatever, then I'd recommend Witherhoard just for fun. But if you're with the team and you guys can coordinate what you're cutting off and being able to position your Witherhoards in a way that prevents people from coming to certain areas, then you're using the Witherhoard correctly. You're using it the way it should be intended, which is territory control, separating enemies from their team and punishing them because of it, and using weapons to follow up and kill because of you utilizing the Witherhoard, such as things like the Igneous Hammer, the Summoner, and yeah, I mean, that's how the Witherhoard should be used, a territory control weapon to help you win the game by cutting off people and punishing people who are pushing too close. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, that's how it should be used. And that's my preference, at least when playing too. That's how I use it. And that's how I found a lot of success with using it. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Maybe something cool, just, yeah. All right, thanks.